This is Jim with A1 Repairs. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. The point of the following video is to provide you an up-close view of the products that we sell, as if you were heading into our local hometown dealership to purchase one. With everybody shopping online, this is our attempt to bring you closer to the product rather than just viewing words on a web page. Please be sure to email or call with any questions that you may have, and also like us on Facebook for the latest product and industry updates. Thanks, and enjoy the video. Alright, here we have a select lineup of 3 chainsaws from Dolmar, and we specifically selected these 3 not just because of the top guns of their lineup, but each one of these saws that you're looking at right here actually operate on the same platform. So the saws are basically similar. Now, whether you're picking out a 7910, 7310, or a 6400, each one of these saws is operating on the same cast magnesium chassis that you see right there in the front. And now, depending on which one you go with, features and all that are just about identical. The basic difference that you're looking at between these 3 models here is just the power that you're going to be interested in. Weights and RPMs, chain speed, and that are basically the same. So stay tuned, and we're going to go into the specific features of each one of these chainsaws. Alright, here we have the Dolmar 7310 chainsaw. Now, one thing I want to highlight about the Dolmar chainsaws is they're well known for being a high RPM chainsaw. This particular saw here is coming in at 12,800 RPM. Horsepower wise, we're cranking at 5.4 horsepower, and weight, this can be dry weight for you excluding oil, gas, bar, chain, you're coming in at 14.7 pounds. Now, from Dolmar, the saw is spec'd out to take anywhere from a 20 to 24, or 28, or 32-inch bar. More commonly, you're going to see 20s to 28s outfitted on a specific saw like this. Now, this saw runs a large bar mount, and for the 3/8, they have what I like to call a large, medium, and small bar mount. That all has to do with the hole spacing on a bar and how big the guide rail is right there. Now, they're running, as far as the pit, this is a 3/8 inch chain that you're going to be running on this particular saw. And width-wise, it's set up to run whatever you want for .050, 058, or .063. Now, you will have to get the correct bar to compensate for whatever width chain you're running. But as far as the drive on the chainsaw, it's set up for whatever you want. We sell the most of .050, that is the most common. So let's go ahead and jump into this saw here and show you some specific features on it. We're going to get into the starting features right here. And we got the on-off switch, which is going to be right here. Then we got a 1-pull, it's going to be your choke right there. And then we've also got the decompression release button right there, which is a blue button that you see there. And it's very important to have that on a high horsepower saw because it makes it much easier to pull it over. Hot or cold, you're going to use that pretty much every time you start it. It makes it much easier. So we're going to go into the air filter cover here. It's got 2 snaps, quick release. That pulls that off. And you'll see the first stage of the air filtration right there is that nylon screen on the top of the air filter cover. And that gets you into your second stage right here is where the actual felt filter is. Quick release. Just press down on that lever like that right there, and then the air filter removes. And this is a 2-piece filter. You can open that up and clean on the inside. There's all different filter options available. You can do felts, you can do nylon filters. Some of these saws have an XD version of them where you can get a heavy duty air filter on them, which will have a different cover on the back with a big bump on them. If it's available for this saw, it will be up on our website. If not, you can add it. There's a kit for it. Feel free to contact us about it. And quick access to your spark plug right there. There's also a summer-winter mode right here. There's just a little plate that you can pull out and remove, and you flip around and put in the opposite direction, and that has to deal with how much air is flowing inside of there, whether you want to keep it hot or cold. I'm going to put that back the way it was. cover here on the side of the chainsaw. It's got a side mount chain tensioner or a lateral chain tensioner right there. Makes it very easy to adjust the chain tension from the side. A very aggressive bucking spike right there. They run 2 spikes on the Dolmars, which are real nice. Great for rocking through a log when you're cutting on it. The 7310 chainsaw here's got an inboard clutch. It's where the clutch is on the inside of the saw. And what's nice about that is it makes it very easy when you go to put the bar and chain on, to put the chain right there and make sure that the drive links are synced properly into the drive. Also, when the drive wears out, it's very easy to pop the clip off right there and to replace this rather than having to remove a whole clutch assembly. One of the things I want you to pay attention to on the side of the clutch cover here is they got a big line that runs up the side. Now that follows through on the rest of the chainsaw. It goes up and over to the top of the hood and also right down the side of the recoil. It's a felling mark or a cutting mark. It's good for making nice straight cuts or getting a tree to drop in a certain direction you want, or keeping the saw in a position as you're lining it up against some trees. So it makes it much easier on you there. Now this particular saw, I got nice tethers on the gas and oil cap right there, which will hold those on for you. Also, if you want to run the saw dry, they pull out pretty easy. You can pull that out, drain the fuel out of it, start it up and run it dry for winter storage or storage in between when you're not using it. Same thing for the oil cap in the front. This has a chain-driven automatic oiler on there, and it is adjustable. It's adjustable by that little white mark that you see right there, and there's also an indicator gauge on the bottom of the chainsaw right there. It tells you what direction to go into. That's very important. Like in the winter, you want to be running a low temp bar oil. You know, or in the summer, you want to be switching over to a regular bar oil. And you know, it all has to do, make sure you got the proper amount of lubrication on the chain and the bar so you're not heating it up. So, you know, keep in mind if you're running during cold months, make sure you have some low temp bar oil. Regular bar oil is pretty easy to find, but most of the time you got to go to a dealer to actually find a low temp bar oil. So, one thing with Dolmar, which is very important, is they run oscillation or isolation spring dampeners on all their chainsaws, and that's makes a big difference for reducing vibration that you get off the engine into your hands when you're cutting. And I'll demonstrate that here for you. I'm going to hold the handlebars steady. You see I can push on the engine and move the whole engine independent of the handlebars, and it's really great at reducing all the vibration and the fuzziness you're feeling you're going to get in your hands. When you're using it for long hours, all the fatigue you get going up onto your arms. So it's very important. Springs are one of the best to have in the industry to reduce that. So this is the Dolmar 7310. Thanks for tuning in to the A1 Repairs YouTube channel.